Good morning, students. As the continuation of the last class, we are going to continue rigging this biped character, and I hope all of you have done up to this, like creating controller curves for the foot, for the knees, and hands, and pole vector of the hand, that is elbow. Okay, and also I hope everyone understood how to create this kind of controller curves and what is the purpose of hiding unnecessary attributes. I hope all of you have done this very well, and I hope you have achieved up to this. Okay, we have given point constraint for the hands using the hand control and the hand IK, and for the hand control, I mean the arm control, again we have given orient constraint with this bone for rotation. So I hope all of you it is clear up to this. Okay, and okay, let us continue to the further things. Right, okay, there is something called collarbone which we have created. If you come to front view, okay, then you can see this. See, I'm turning off my skin. Okay, you have see this left collar joint. Okay, left collar joint, collarbone. Okay, right collar joint, collarbone. Why do we need this collarbone? As I said initially, this collarbone is going to take control of this part of the shoulder. Okay, this part of the shoulder. So this part of the shoulder, it will be having some movement in the sense translation, translate up and down, little bit forward and backward. Okay, and also rotation. So for that, again we are going to create a simple control curve. So for that, I'm going to take another nerve circle, or I'm going to take, I can take EP curve tool to create unique control. Go to EP curve tool, and I'm coming to the front view again. I'm creating a different kind of a shape, a curve in a different shape. Okay, yes, I have created this curve. So this curve we are going to use for shoulder control. Okay, so I should change it little bit. It is big in size. I'm going to reduce the size. See, when I'm selecting, I cannot see the manipulator because it is here in the ground. So first, whenever we are creating a controller curve, we should select it, go to modify and give center pivot. Now I'm going to reduce the size. I'm going to bring it on top of the shoulder. I'm going to perspective view, going to rotate it, going to make the rotation 90 degree, rotate X, yes, it is perfect. Now I'm coming to the top view. Okay, what do I feel? I need some more different shape for this shoulder control. So I think I can adjust this shape a little bit. So I'm bringing this shape again. Sorry, yes, I'm bringing this shape again here. I'm going to edit it a little bit. Okay, I'm going to control vertex mode. I'm going to select this control vertex, shift select this control vertex, and I'm going to pull it down a little bit. Okay, excuse me. Then I'm going to select this and select this and pull it down. Okay, now I'm going to the top view, bring it on top of the shoulder. Still I need to reduce the size. I'm going to perspective view. Okay, I should bring it down. Okay, I feel it is good, right? I can little bit move inside. Now this is my final position of my shoulder control curve. So I'm going to give proper naming. Left shoulder control, CTRL, left shoulder control. As usual, what we need to do, go to edit, delete by type, history, go to modify and give freeze transformation. And we need to give connectivity. Okay, we need to give constraint to the collar joint. Before that, let us take a duplicate copy of this shoulder control and put it over the other shoulder. Okay, so I'm selecting this controller curve, shoulder control, and I'm pressing Ctrl plus D to duplicate. Okay, now I press the W button and I'm moving it here. Okay, coming to the front view, I can feel both are balanced. Okay, okay, right. Now again, what I need to do, I need to select this duplicate controller curve. Again, I need to select this controller curve. Again, I should give proper naming. Left shoulder, I need to change right shoulder. As a duplicate, it has created a name control 1. Delete that one. Okay, then when I select this, there is a change in the translate X value, and also it is a duplicate. Its history is duplicate. Okay, so delete the history, modify freeze transformation. Okay, it is fine. So we have created shoulder controls. So this control, what it need to be done is to be given constraint with this bone. So I have selected, I'm going to wireframe mode, I have selected this bone and I'm coming to mesh mode again, press 5. Now I want to see what is the possible ways it can work. Okay, so I want this action. Okay, I want this action. Okay, so translation is required and rotation is also required. Okay, so what is the constraint I need to give now? Translate and rotate means it is parent constraint. So select the controller curve, go to wireframe mode, hold shift and select the collar joint or collarbone, then go to, it is in modeling, I should change into rigging. Yeah, now go to constraints, open parent constraint, reset the settings and check for maintain offset, then add. Okay, now yes, see here you may have a doubt. You can watch the face of this character. If I move this, okay, the face is also getting little bit disturbed. That is because the influence of this bone or this bone are not properly painted. Okay, it is not properly distributed. Okay, so for that we need to select this bone and we need to select the area which it should control and we should give some influencing. Okay, that is called paint weight tool, I told you earlier. So that is a later part. So as of now, don't bother about this. If it is working fine or not, only that is your concern. Okay, that's all. This is working fine. Okay, the deformation in the face is not the problem, we can correct it. And okay, it is done. I will do the same for the right side. Select the controller curve. Okay, shift and select the collarbone. Go to constraints and give parent constraint. Right, see, when I'm giving parent constraint, you can see in the channel box, okay, the right collarbone got some input like translate XYZ, rotate XYZ. Okay, so the connectivity has been given. Now yeah, again I'm turning off the skin, I'm checking this, it is working fine. So the shoulder is working fine. The shoulder is working fine. Good. Now the shoulder part is finished. So I need to create controller curves for the fingers, and there is one biggest thing which is waiting to be done in the final part, as the final part, that is the spinal cord. How to rig the spinal cord. Okay, before that we will finish the hands, I mean the fingers and the legs. Okay, this will be a little bit time taking part. doing the legs. Okay, for that we will start with the fingers, so it will be little bit easy to understand. Before starting to rig fingers, we need to create finger control curves. Okay, after creating finger control curves, we are going to learn a new technique called set driven key. Using the technique set driven key, we are going to rig this fingers. Okay, before going into set driven key, first we will create controller curves for the fingers. So I'm going to the front view, or I'm going to the side view. So for the fingers, it is not only for the fingers, for this arm, this entire structure I'm going to create. I told you it is better to take the shape of anything which is going to be controlled by the controller curve. So like the wise we have taken the shape of the feet. Okay, so I'm going to take the shape of arms and fingers. So sorry, the palm and the fingers. So I'm going to right view, I'm going to create something resembling that. Okay, simply I'm going to make more duplicates and create controller curves. Okay, I have taken what nerve square. Actually it is not needed, I'm sorry. Yeah, come to the front view again. I'm going to create come to right view and take the EP curve tool. Okay, make it linear. Simply I'm going to create a box, that's all. Press X when you are clicking on the grid. Okay, so that it will be placed properly, that's all. Okay, this is the base grid which is going to act as a source for all the duplicate grids. So this I'm going to duplicate. Okay, so before that I'm going to give the name curve1. It is there, the control name as curve1. I'm going to little bit modify it. Okay, go to control vertex. I'm going to little bit make it bigger. Okay, I'm going to give it the name, instead of curve1 I'm going to give the name palm, PALM, palm. Okay, before that left underscore palm, PALM, palm control, left palm control. Okay, palm, then fingers. Okay, so palm control, then I'm going to duplicate it. See, before that I can see the pivot is somewhere else. Okay, so modify center pivot. See, no need to give freeze transformation now, no need to give. Okay, no need to give freeze transformation now, because we are going to create the entire set of controllers and we are going to bring it here and we are going to put it under the hand control. After that we can give freeze transformation, that is enough. So as of now, just create this palm control, press control plus D, duplicate. Yes, then I'm going to reduce the size, and I'm going to keep it here. Okay, I'm going to give the name left palm control. Okay, it is a duplicate, so I'm going to give left thumb, THUMB, thumb finger, left thumb control, then duplicate it again, control D. Okay, bring it to the top here, increase the size. This is index finger. Okay, I'm going to reduce the thickness. Okay, move it here. Left index control. Index control. Duplicate it again. Control D. Move it in the middle. Make it little bit bigger. Okay, give the naming left mid control, mid finger. Okay, MID, left mid control. Then again I'm duplicating this, Control D, bringing it here. I'm giving the name left ring finger, ring RING, left ring control. Then again I'm duplicating this, bringing it here, reducing the size, bringing it down, bringing it closer. Okay, okay, you can overall move this little bit inside. Okay, now select this finger and give the name left pink, PINK, pink finger, left pink control. Now I think I should make this little bit bigger. That's all. Yes. Go to object mode. Now I'm going to perspective view. I can see. Okay, I'm not complicating this. I'm just making it simple. This is palm. See, just open your left hand in front of your face. Okay, come to the right view. Okay, I'm just selecting all these things. Now open your left hand, left palm in front of your face, in front of the monitor, and keep it. Okay, this structure will be the same. Right, now we are going to bring it under left hand control, left arm control. Okay, so I'm just going to select it and move it and move it here, move it down. Okay, come to right view here. I'm moving it. Now I'm going to reduce the size, but this is the problem. Okay, once when you reduce the size, everything is getting altered. You can see the positioning has gone out of the alignment because of the scaling we did. Okay, to how to overcome this, it is like very simple. I'm just going to give Control Z, go back. Now I have selected all the palm controls, palm and finger controls. Now I'm just going to give Control G, Control plus G. I'm going to group it. Okay, you can see in my outliner, Control plus G, you can see in my outliner the group is created. Right, you can see group 1. Okay, so now what happens when I select this group? It is selected. When I press W, okay, where is the manipulator? Actually it is here in the ground. So the group has been created for this controller curves, and the pivot of that group is in the ground, so select the group. Okay, see, don't select individual things in the group. Okay, again it will be a problem. Select the whole group, then go to modify and center pivot. Now after selecting the group, I should give the proper naming for that. That is left palm group. Left palm group. Now if I resize it, okay, now if I reduce the size, it is evenly reduced, it is evenly changed. Okay, okay, I should make it smaller and I should keep it on top of the hand. Move it here and keep it on top of the hand. Okay, keep it here on top of the hand. Move it exactly here. Okay, now what I need to do, I need to make a duplicate of this group. Okay, before that, now I need to select each and every controls in the group. I need to delete the history and freeze the transformation. Okay, so I'm selecting all the things in the group, all the controller curves in the group separately. I'm deleting the history, I'm going to modify, and I'm giving freeze transform because this is the final position. Okay, and also for this left palm, okay, left palm, see, there are XYZ positions changed. So again for that I need to give freeze transform. Right, that's all. Now I'm going to select only this controls and press Ctrl D to duplicate. Okay, and you can see the duplicates occurred here, and I'm going to immediately press Ctrl G to group the duplicates. Okay, I'm doing it again. I'm just going to do Ctrl Z now, going back. Okay, now select all the finger controls, not the group. Okay, you should not duplicate the group. Select the finger controls, press Ctrl D. You can see in my outliner, see, the duplicates has been created, right? Again, immediately without selecting anything, just press Ctrl plus G, again group it. Okay, you can see another group has been created. Okay, this group is under left palm group. Okay, now remove it from the left palm group. This is the right palm group actually, so we will give proper naming here, right palm, PALM group. Now right palm group, I'm selecting here, press and hold middle mouse button and move it out of the left palm group. Okay, now left palm group is different, right palm group is different. Okay, again when I select right palm group, see, the pivot is in middle of the workspace. So again go to modify, center pivot. Now I'm coming to the front view and I'm going to select the right palm group. Okay, you can see actually it is inside the left palm group. Okay, So I'm going to come to the front view and I'm going to select the right palm group and move it exactly from here to here. Right? Okay, now I need to select all the controller curves. See, I need to select all the controller curves. For the sake of our safety, okay, delete the history, and already there is no transformations, but anyway it was a child of another group, so better to give freeze transformation once, even though if it is not there, just to reset some default duplicate values. Okay, that's all. Now I'm selecting the right palm group. Okay, previously I have selected all these controls. Now I'm expanding this. You can see I have selected only the controls. Now I should select this group. Okay, and for that group again I'm going to see, you can see the translate X value. I'm going to modify freeze transformation. Okay, there is no need to delete the history because it is created as a new group, right? That's all. Now we need to give proper naming for the controller curves under this right palm group. Okay, it is been duplicated and the name is still like left control. Okay, so I'm selecting each and every controller curve, changing the name. Instead of left I'm giving right, and in the end there is something called control 1. Okay, I click on there and delete that. Okay, that's all. So again here I'm going to select this curve, left palm control. Again I'm going to give right palm control, this left index control. I'm going to give right index control and left mid control. I'm going to make it right mid control, and here left thumb control. I'm going to make right thumb control and left ring control. I'm going to make it right ring control. That's all. So it is not yet finished. We have a few more things. Okay, so make it up to this. After finishing this, now we are going to check what is the actual need of these fingers, actual working model of these fingers. We will check, then we will give connectivity. See, what is the working mechanism of a human finger? Okay, so I'm going to check the bones. Okay, so I'm going to check with the bones what is the working mechanism. I'm going to select this bone. Okay, and I'm going to give rotation. Okay, I'm going to give rotation, and I'm going to see what is the practical possible working position. Okay, yes, rotate Z we need. Okay, rotate Z and rotate Y. Okay, rotate Z and rotate Y. Okay, so we need this rotation for all the joints. Okay, now I have selected only the base joint, and here it is the mid joint. Okay, so if I select from the tip joint and shift select the mid joint and shift select the base joint, and I rotate it. So what, how it will be getting rotated, you can see it. Okay, this is how it will be rotated. So we need this kind of rotation. Okay, and this it is not possible. Okay, so for rotating towards the left and right, actually we are not rotating, we are spreading the fingers. Okay, so we need this action, and for spreading the fingers we should not select like this. Okay, so for spreading the fingers, again I should select from the base. Okay, if you select from the tip, mid and the base, it will rotate like this, like what we saw now. And if I select from the base, sorry, only the base, okay, I can see the rotation in y-axis. Okay, only this is possible. Okay, so this action is called spreading. Spreading means spread and open. Okay, this is spread, and this action what we saw, that is called curl, curl, curl. Okay, so how to achieve these two actions? By giving connectivity with this finger control. Okay, so before that I need to tell you something. We are not going to give any constraints or parent child concept, anything with this control and the bones along with the options or the attributes available in the channel box. Okay, because when I select this finger control, I can see few options or attribute available in the channel box that is not going to be suitable for rigging the fingers. There is a new technique called set driven key. Okay, we are going to learn first what is set driven key. We need to learn that technique, set driven key. Then after getting clear idea, we can come here and we can apply that set driven key, and we can give connectivity for the fingers and joints, sorry, fingers and finger control. Okay, so I'm opening a new Maya file. In that we will see how to create a set driven key. Yes, open a new Maya file and go to the modeling tab, change it into animation tab. Okay, go to modeling, sorry, this tab, and change it into animation tab. Now you can see something called key, a menu called key. Okay, if it is a lower version in Maya, it may be Maya 2016, it may be under the option animate. Okay, there you can find a menu called animate. If it is not there, okay, I will tell which option to choose. See, go to key and check for the option set driven key, set driven key. Okay, set driven key, click on this and keep it aside. Okay, set driven key, if it is not there in 2019 under this menu, sorry, in 2016 under this menu, it may be there in the menu called animate. Okay, if that menu is not available, you can choose, go to Windows, there you can see animation editor. In that you can see find set driven key. Okay, it will be either here or here in your older version, in your 2016. Okay, it is very easy to find, you can find either here or here. Okay, after finding that, keep it aside, right? And yeah, set driven key. Okay, I will keep this Word document for typing the text. Now there is a concept of who is controlling who. Okay, what is controlling what? Okay, so go to this option set and click on this option box. You can see two options, driver and driven. Driver is the controller and driven is the object which is being controlled by the driver. Okay, so we are going to give key for the driven object. Okay, we are going to connect driver and driven. Okay, this is the new concept you are going to learn. So using this we are going to rig many techniques, many things in the future. So listen carefully. So driver and driven, two objects. Okay, so I will show a small example. I will take two objects. I will take one polygon sphere. It is a very simple example. Okay, and I'm taking one cylinder. Okay, I'm showing you very simple examples, right? And before giving any connectivity, as usual, select the objects and give freeze transformations. Okay, and before that, delete, edit, go to edit, delete by type history, give freeze transformation. Okay, should come back to its position. When the ball is moving towards the cylinder should move away from its position. Okay, the cylinder should make way for the ball. Okay, so both are in 0th position. Okay, so now I'm making this ball as a driver. How to make it as a driver? Select the ball, go to this set driven key and click on this. There you can see the option load. Okay, click on that. Load selected as driver. Okay, this ball is loaded as driver with all its control attributes, and I'm going to select this cylinder. Now I'm going to come back here, load the selected as driven. Excuse me, load the selected as driven. Okay, this is being loaded here with all the attributes. So in which direction the ball is moving? Okay, you can see in my channel box the value of z, translate z, is getting changed. Okay, so if I want to go here, then this person should go to the top. So what is the axis this cylinder is moving? It is moving in y axis. Okay, and what is the axis it is moving? It is moving in z axis. Okay, right? So I need to connect the movement of the z axis and the y axis, and for that the z axis and the y axis should be mapped or linked. Okay, because see here too many attributes are there for both the objects. So which option should be connected to which option, that we need to finalize. I'm selecting translate Z. Okay, right, for this option driver, And for this option, when I'm going to select translate Y, you can see the option key is getting enabled. When I click here, you can see this option is getting enabled. Okay. Now, this is, both of them are going to get connected with this two options. It is like, this is the driving option. This is going to decide the next movement of this option. Sorry, this object. Okay. So how to connect this? Now we have defined, we have finalized, we have set the matching, which attribute of this object and which attribute of this object. We have set it. Okay. Both of them in zeroth position. So in zeroth position, after setting the driver attribute and driven attribute, I am giving key. You can see the result 1. It means the driver and the driven has been keyed. You can see the output in the driven object. Okay, in the driven object, the cylinder translate Y is being keyed. I mean, it is getting some input, okay, from this master. So now what I should do? Change values of both of them, and I'm going to key it again. So for that, this is the controlling object. First, I'm going to change the value of this object in the Z position. Okay, I'm going to move it here. You can see the Z value has been changed, and I'm going to select the driven object. I'm going to move it to the top. You can see the value has been changed again. Okay, now I am going to give key. Right, previously both of them were in zeroth position. Now both of the values are changed, but this is the driver. Okay, only if this moves in Z position, this will move in the Y position. So let us check it. I'm selecting this, I am making it a 0, and you can see this object is coming back to its old position. That means what? This is being controlled by this object. The translate Y of this object is being controlled by translate Z of this object. So let us check it now. I'm going to select this. I'm going to move it. You can see the ball is controlling the cylinder. It is going back. Okay. This is how a set driven key works, right? So this is the concept of set driven key. This, like previously in our initial classes, the parent child concept was there. In that concept, parent and child will be having same global values and moving in the same way, but here we can set only particular values to control particular attributes of the other object, right? So it is not only like translate to translate. Okay, it is like translate to rotate. Okay, we can give multiple connections. See, say for example, now I'm selecting rotate Y. Okay, I'm going to select any rotation of this object. Okay, I'm taking rotate Z. Okay, rotate Z. Okay, right, now I'm going to select this option, select this ball, and it is translate Z. Now I want one more condition, like I want to, when I want to move this, this is moving up. Now when I want to move this, this should rotate in Z-axis. Also it should move to the top. So for that, I'm going to give connectivity for the rotation also. Okay, so previously it is translate Y. you can see, select this and translate Y. Now I'm going to make select it for rotate Z. Okay, rotate Z here. I'm going to select rotate Z. Now what to do? Translate Z and rotate Z, both are in first position. Okay, this Z and this rotate Z do not have any previous connection, so it is the 0th position for both of them, both of the objects. Okay, so I'm going to give key. Now if I'm going to select this object, then I'm going to move it, it should rotate. So what should you do? First I should change the position of this object somewhere else, and it is going up. Okay, now when I select this and I'm rotating this, okay, and I'm giving key, you can see the key has been applied. Okay, now I'm just selecting this object, I'm going to come back, make it 0. Now I'm going to move it, you can see what happens. We have given connectivity for both movement and the rotation. Okay, I hope you can understand this concept. Okay, this is a simple concept. You need to practice at least 5 to 10 times with different connectivities. Okay, with a different number of objects. You can connect multiple number of objects and their attributes. Okay, so this is a simple example. This is how we are going to apply this for the fingers. So it is very important for you to work this set driven key. Okay, first thing is give key in the 0th position, then first change the value of the driver object, then change the value of the driven object, then give key. Okay, now you can see the difference. Okay, so how are we going to implement this in the finger control? Okay, so let us go to our human character. See, but before coming there, you just finish good practice and get good understanding here. Okay, see, now I'm coming back to my human character. Okay, now how this set driven key is going to be used in controlling the fingers. Okay, so before that I need to make this right left palm group is there, no? This entire controller curves should come under this control. If I move this control, this entire group should also move along with this. So for that I'm going to my outliner and I'm going to click middle mouse button and hold the middle mouse button and drag this option and move it under left arm control. Okay, now my left arm control, inside that palm group is there. If I select my left arm control, it is there. This is fine. Okay, same thing, do it for the right arm, right palm control. Okay, right palm group, click and hold middle mouse button and drag it and put on right arm control. Now under right arm control, right palm group is there. Okay, this is fine. I hope you have a good practice with set driven key. Then now we are going to see what are all the attributes. So see, anything which is available in the channel box when you are selecting and curve, a controller curve, that is called an attribute. Okay, so we are going to decide which attribute we need and which attribute we don't need, and how to add custom attribute to this channel box for this finger controls. Okay, see, a few minutes before we saw we need two attributes for the fingers. One is curl, I mean the rotation. Okay, shift select, start selecting from the tip, hold shift, select the middle, go to the base and rotate. Okay, this kind of action we need, right? So this is called curl. So we need one attribute. So we need one attribute for the index control named as curl, curl, and one more attribute named as, what did I said for this, spread. Okay, one more attribute named as spread. Okay, but what to do with all these attributes? Just, it is simple. Select all these attributes, right click on them, go to lock selected, lock and hide selected. Okay, that's all. Now select all the controls. Okay, go to this place and simply right click and lock and hide selected. Now I'm going to select the index control and I'm going to show how to add an custom attribute. Okay, this is, we are going to specially create a attribute. Okay, as a control setup. With that attribute we are going to link the finger movements using the technique called set driven key, which we saw a few minutes ago. Okay, so I'm going to select this attribute, sorry, select this index control curve, come here in the channel box. Okay, in the channels next to that there is an option called edit. Come there and go to the option add attribute. Once you click on this add attribute, it will ask for the name of the attribute. Okay, what is the name we need to give? Curl, curl. Okay, for which finger? I'm going to home, left underscore index, index underscore curl, curl. Okay, now it should be keyable. See, when you go to the option, opening this option, select the, check for this, all these things. Okay, if this is only displayable, it cannot be keyable. Okay, or don't make it hidden, make it keyable. Okay, and don't click all these things, override nice name and all. Okay, that is not at all needed. Simply select keyable and don't bother about this data types. Okay, it is, let it be a float. Okay, because in float we can give values like 0.05 or 5.4, something like that. If you give integer, it will take only the whole numbers. Even if we give the value 5.5, it will stop in 5. Okay, so make it as float. That is, by default it will be float, by default it will be keyable. There is no need to think about the scalar and all these things. Then comes the important part. Okay, see, in set-driven key, what we saw, the original value, the global value, it is 0. After that, we started giving key from 0th position. Then we started changing the values. Then we given key for the new position. So the default value, let it be 0, and the minimum value I am taking as -10, and the maximum value I am taking as +10, or that is 10. Okay, go to here and click add. You can see index curl. Okay, again I want to add one more attribute. I'm going to the long name, again left index spread, spread, left index spread, all the default options, minimum value -10, maximum value +10, create. Okay, index and spread created. Similarly, we need to create for all the fingers. Okay, this is left mid finger curl. Okay, minimum value -10, maximum value +10, add. Then left mid finger, left mid spread, -10 and maximum value +10, going to add. Then here same thing, left ring finger curl, minimum value -10, maximum value +10, make it as an attribute, add it. Okay, and create again left ring spread, minimum -10, maximum +10, add. And same thing, left pink curl, -10, +10, add. Left finger, left pink spread, minimum -10, minimum -10, maximum 10, add. And thumb finger again, left thumb curl, -10, +10, add. Again left thumb spread, -10, +10, add. That's all. Okay, and one more thing, in this palm group again, I forgot to mention, bring every fingers under this palm. Okay, bring every fingers under this palm. It is like left palm control. Okay, this is a palm. You should bring all the 5 fingers, index finger, I'm selecting the all the finger controls using shift. Shift select index finger, thumb finger, mid finger, ring finger, pink finger, hold, press and hold middle mouse button and drag it and put it on top of left palm control. Okay, if I select this, everything should be selected. Same thing you need to do here for the right hand. Okay, right palm control is there, right? So I'm going to select a ring, right pink control, select the other controls, and I'm going to click it, middle mouse button, drag it and put it on right palm control. Now you can see right palm control. Okay, this right palm control, if I select it, it should be there. Okay, now I hope you understand how to create new attributes, custom attributes, and to I want all of you to do the same, creating the attributes left pink curl. Okay, curl and spread. Create the same attributes for the right hand. Okay, create the same attributes for the right hand. Then we will see how to use set driven key, right? And I wanted to tell you one thing which I forgot. It is like we have created this shoulder controls and we have given constraints, but there are unnecessary attributes like scale and visibility. Okay, so I forgot to hide it, so select it, scale and visibility, lock and hide selected. So do the same for the scale and visibility, lock and hide selected. Okay, now it is fine. So what is to be done? Few more things are like before giving connectivity to set driven key with the fingers, uh, we have created one control here, root control. Okay, but we have not given any constraints, right? So I'm just going to wireframe mode, select this root control, shift select this root joint, and go to constraints, give parent constraint. Okay, okay, now okay, it is done. Now again same thing, select the unnecessary options and lock and hide selected. Okay, and all the above controls, all the controls for the upper body should come under this, as well as the lower body. Okay, if I want to move this, okay, entire controls should move. Okay, so for that, under the root control, okay, I'm just going to put the left arm control. Okay, you know how to move it, right? Left arm and right arm. Okay, select the left arm control, click and hold the middle mouse button, put under root control. Now select the right arm control, click and hold the middle mouse button, put under root control, right? And also select the left shoulder control, put it under root control, and select the right shoulder control, click and move it and put it under root control. Okay, now if, and also the pole vectors are there outside, right? So select the both the pole vectors, a left arm pole vector, shift select a right arm pole vector, put it under root control. Okay, now you can see the character is moving fine. Okay, okay, right? Still we need to work like on under which control should be there, like here. Okay, so this arm control, if I move my shoulder, okay, this arm should move, but still it is an IK, it can be independent. Okay, but as of now we will stop here. Okay, let us not confuse, let us stop here. The main thing is put all your hand controls under this, and create one master control. I'm going to curves and select curves. I'm going to make it big, name it as master control, master_ctrl, and I'm going to edit and delete the history and modify freeze transformation. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to select this root control, okay, and I'm going to click middle mouse button and pull it and put it inside the master control, okay. And under master control I'm going to put the left leg, right leg pole vector and the main controls. So left leg control, shift select right leg control, shift select left leg pole vector, shift select right leg pole vector, okay. Click and hold middle mouse button, drag it and put it under master control, okay. Now if I select master control, everything should be inside, okay. Then we will see other inner control hierarchies later, okay. And now it is somewhat clear, and concentrate and learn the set driven key again once again and create this kind of mid and curl attributes using add attributes for the right side finger, okay. So by next class we will see the connectivity and hierarchy about the controller curves. Thanks.